Hey guys, this is me Avidivedi and this is the day 3 and we are doing this amazing session. It's a 7-day session about virtual reality and augmented reality. So it's a masterclass by Avidivedi, which is me, and I'm the founder of Extended Reality Developers of India community. So yeah, we are going to dive into this. Just give me a second. I think I got some problem with my camera. Just switch that. Let me restart the camera app because right now camera is not connected with the laptop so that you guys can see me better.
What about
Kindly please mute your mic.
Yeah, till then, if anyone has any sort of question, please do ask, and I'm going to provide the links. So guys, any question from yesterday's or any day session? So we had 2 sessions so far, and in which we talked about a lot of things, computational thinking and introduction of XR. So if anyone has any question related to that, feel free to ask, and let's wait a few minutes for others to join, and we are probably starting this. Okay, so I got my Wi-Fi connected. All right, it looks fine. Let me just set up my camera here. Okay, looks cool. Yeah, so any question, guys? All right, so let's start today's session. And as anyone was asking about the links, so we are going to talk about the links. So yeah, let me show my screen as well, because with you guys the screen is not shared. Now you guys can
yes,
see
sir.
the screen. Okay, all right, so let me just close my mails and all. We don't need this, we don't need this, we don't need this either. All right, so this is the day 3, and in the day 3 we are going to talk about the game engines. If you remember, yesterday we had a conversation and we discussed computational thinking, that what is computational thinking, okay, and how computational thinking works, and what you should think about when you are building a virtual reality project, or when you are dealing with virtual reality or any sort of simulation or so ever. Okay, because I told you, like in the Matrix, the boy tell Neo that there's no spoon. Similarly, I told you that there is no such thing as a 3D model. Okay, it's just algorithm, and you can manipulate the algorithm in whatever way you want. And those who understand this essence of computer programming could deal with virtual reality, could deal with these emerging technologies in whatever the way they want. All right, so yeah, without any further delay, we are going to dive into that, and I hope streaming is working fine. Let me just check, because see right now if oh, it's live. Looks like it's live. Okay, fine. Okay, streaming is working, and yeah, so every video which, as you ask about, where are the videos? Videos are on the XRDI page. As you can see right now I'm talking, but video is uploaded right away as we are talking to this page, which is XR Masterclass day 3. And when we'll complete the complete series, which is the 7 episode series, you will see basically all 7 episodes in a playlist here. So there are plenty other playlists also available. You can see there are plenty other playlists which you can explore, and there are a lot of content which you can see. If you go into the video section, so this is by default home, but you can also choose videos. So here you'll find the episode 1 in which I talked about XR introduction. This is the computational thinking, yesterday's episode, and this is today's. So 4 people are watching that right now. And also I have just one problem with you guys, to be very specific. Okay, so I have taught in these sort of sessions over 10,000 plus students, all right, and I tell them in each session to subscribe to this channel, and I have the amount of 224 subscribers, as you can see right now. So very few people actually subscribe, so I'm going to give you this opportunity to subscribe to this channel, because a constant stream of videos, a constant stream of a lot of great amazing guests are there, and I'm sure you are going to learn a lot of things from that. Okay? So I'm going to share the link in here, and also if you don't have, you can find the link, so subscribe right away. Okay, send to somebody. Let me send it to someone, everyone. Now it's sent to everyone. I wish I could pin this or something, but you guys could find it as well. Search XRDI on your YouTube, or if you are on a web browser, you can type XRDI, youtube.com/XRDI-TV, and enter, and you can basically go and subscribe.
Link also you can provide.
Yeah,
Right?
in the talking about the WhatsApp link, I have shared the Discord server link with you guys yesterday. Let me go and share the Discord server link once more. So if I go to the Discord link, okay, so this is our Discord server, and as you can see, a lot of somebody, Aryan, is asking that, sir, is there a class today or not? So I didn't get to time to answer this, but I'm usually having a conversation with him, and there are plenty of links available. This is the journal section in which you can talk pretty much everything. Here is introduction section, where you are gonna introduce yourself to us. Here is XRDI links. Here you will find all the links, including the WhatsApp link I talked about. Okay, so this is the WhatsApp channel link. You can join that as well. All right. Here is the Discord link. So I'm going to share this Discord link, and you'll get connected to this channel, and then you'll get everything. Okay. There are plenty of educational links. As you can see, there are a lot of courses available there. A lot of learning material is available there. A stream of videos that where to start with, and all those, everything is already there, and it's keep getting added to this each day. Okay, so there are right now 156 people. Okay, I'm expecting at least 100 of those 156. What I am telling this in the third day, let me explain you why I'm not telling this in the first day. Okay, first day we had 600 people in the this Zoom link. Right now we have 160. Okay, and by the end of 7th day, I believe there's going to be less than 100. Okay, but these 100 people which will filter out in through these days are going to be the best. Okay, so you guys who are on the stream right away are the best people. So I'm telling the best people to go and subscribe to this Facebook group, subscribe to this YouTube link, and all that. All right, because you guys are really interested in this sessions. You guys are really the one who's going to take some advantage from this session. Okay, so take advantage from these, and we are going to learn from the here. All right, let me close this project. This is a secret project which I'm working on. So I'm not going to tell you about it. Okay, so I'm going to tell you about this in this section, or in the YouTube page itself. So I'm going to refresh this. Let's see how many subscribers are there now. Last time it was 44. Now 6 people subscribed, so it's very good. Out of 160, it's a progress. You can totally see that. Okay. Now you can understand why I have taught 10,000 plus people and still 200 subscribers. So now you can totally understand. Now I'm going to talk about where you can find what video you require the first. So you have to learn how to install Unity, and for that there is a video which says how to install Unity. on our Facebook, on our YouTube page. So just follow that link, and don't follow now. You can follow after the class, because right now whatever I'm going to say is very, very important to start with. And there are plenty of videos on YouTube already available which will tell you how to install YouTube Unity, or how to make a game. But there are very less videos which are going to guide you that how to actually use Unity, or what are the background of Unity and all those sort of things. Okay, so if you want to understand that, I think I'm one of the best material source here. So you can take advantage of that, take advantage of this time which you already have right now. Okay, so I'm going to start with Unity. So after Unity, when you will start Unity, you will get this sort of icon, which is a Unity hub icon. All right, so if you want to start a new project, so let's hit new. Okay, I'm going to name this new project, and I'm going to name this project XR Masterclass day 3. It's day 3, right? Okay, you can name your project whatever you want. Okay, but I'm going to create this project, so you can name pretty much everything. Name should be relevant. Like if you are making a car game, you can name your project a car game, right? So make sure you do that. And then Unity will take a little bit of time, and it's actually in the background creating a project for you guys. So wherever the location, whichever the location you have mentioned, you will see plenty of files are being created by Unity. And right now Unity is trying to create those files. It's setting up a project for you. It's not just creating a single file, it's setting up the entire project for you. So yeah, let's do that. And again, any questions, guys? In case you feel trouble with anything anywhere, make sure you ask it. Okay, let me just check the settings. Is good with streaming or not? This looks good. This looks perfect. And where is my mic? All right, all is well. Okay, yes, Unity has finally created our project. So we have this project right now here. Okay, and it's empty. It's a very brand new, fresh project. Garam garam. Okay, we have it here. Now you can see there are plenty of windows, and if you don't see the same arrangement of windows, arrangement of scene, what you can do is you can go to layout and select 2 by 3. When you'll do that, you'll get this sort of arrangement. I love this sort of arrangement, but there are plenty of other arrangement as well which other people prefer. Like this is 4 split. Okay, this is best for modelers or something like that, and this is tall. All right, in which the game is here, scene is here. So whatever the arrangement you love is totally up to you. It's totally a personal choice, but I prefer this one. All right, and I find this very comfortable. And also I make an addition to this one. I go to Windows. Okay, there is a Windows, and then I go to this console. This is console. Windows. There's a shortcut as well for console. Okay. Windows General, and then you'll find console, Control Shift C. Okay. So either you can press Control Shift C, or you can tap that, you'll get a window. And any window in Unity is dockable, which means you can dock it anywhere you want. But I don't want it here. Where I want it here. Alright. Now let's talk about these panels. What are these panels? So this is scene panel. Okay. Scene means you can make the arrangements of object here. Okay, you can manipulate objects, make a object here. Okay, when you press left click and move it like this, the scene will shift. Okay, it's called pan. Okay, when you press right click, your view will rotate, the scene will not move. Okay, this is called view. Now let's talk about the second window. All right, this is the game window. Yeah, anybody wants to say something? If not, please mute your mic. Okay. So in the scene window, I can select anything. Like for example, I can select this gizmo, and I get some other gizmos as well. So these are gizmos. It's a handle sort of thing. I can tap on a handle with left click and move it wherever I want. All right. So this is scene window. Now I'm going to talk about the game window. What is game window? Let me create something in this window. This is called hierarchy window. Let me
So I'm not getting the game window.
huh?
I'm not getting the game window.
Let me explain that first. Okay. Let me create a simple object here. So right click here, go on 3D object and create a cube. Okay. When you created the cube, all right. So game window is some sort of output window. Okay. Game window is output window of your game. At last, it's a game engine. So output of this setting in scene is going to be a game. As you can see, you cannot manipulate things from the game. But at the runtime, it became interactive for you to make manipulation. All right. So you can make manipulation here or set up a scene here. For example, if I want to set up things differently, I can make this here, I can make this here, I can make this here, and based on however I make the setup, the output is shown in here. Okay. And how the output is shown, and the answer is main camera. Okay. So this is camera which does all the rendering for you. This camera works exactly as the camera in the real life works. Your phone has a camera, you might have used DSLRs. So this camera is the works principle of this camera are similar. Okay. It's a catchy song, but you can, yeah.
Kindly please mute your mics, guys.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so when you move this camera, you can see the perspective changes. No object is moving in this, but the perspective in the window, the output window, which is the game window, is some sort of changing, as you can see. All right. So whatever the output is going to be there, the perspective from this camera is going to be projected on this game window. This is the use of this game window. Okay. This console is another sort of output window, but this console is for text output. Okay, and this is for visual output. Got it? Now, as you can see, whatever the arrangement I have set it here, I could change or make changes to this arrangement. If I tap this and see here, this is the inspector panel. What is it? Inspector panel. On what does inspector panel do? Inspector panel basically has all sort of values. For example, this position. What this position will do, if I change it, it will move the camera. So you can say these are the properties of your game window, of your camera, whichever the object is selected. If I select some other object, the properties will change because they are at a different position, different location. So it's just showing you all the position properties. If I change the rotation properties, as you can see in the output window, the changes are being reflected at the runtime. All right. Here, as you can see, I can also make changes. Similarly, all these windows are called, what are they called? They all are components. Okay. Unity gives you an option to add or remove components to using these sort of buttons. Okay. Or you can also create your own components and add to your object to make the object behave or do whatever you want it to. Let me just do something for you. So this is a project window, and in this project window, suppose if I right click and say open show in Explorer. So what you will see, this is the folder in which you said to create the project, and this project is Unity is created for us. And there is an asset folder, and in which there are a lot of scene. Scene is the current scene. Okay, sample scene 1. I can click Ctrl S to save the scene. Now I am going to create a new folder in this. Suppose I create a folder, and now I'm going to name it material. All right. I could name it anything what I want, but it's standard to name it material if you are going to create materials in it. Okay. Otherwise, the other developer, which whoever is going to use your project, is going to be confused if you don't name it correctly. So now I'm going to select a material and going to name it M1. All right. So I got one material, and material is the skin of any object. Okay, you can think of this as the skin of an object. Suppose if I apply this skin to any other object, okay, what happened? Nothing happened. But if I change the properties, as you can see, if I'm changing this property, which is the color or albedo property, as you can already see, this is basically changing. The skin of this object is changing. It's taking whatever the color I am selecting from here. So where you will select the color in the albedo section, there is a color option. All right. You can similarly apply any sort of texture or photo or anything to make the object look like as what you want. Okay. So I can create one material for this, and similarly, however the number of material you want, you have to create that number of material. However the number of objects you want to color. Okay. So I can color this one differently. So this one became green. Okay. So, and where you can see this material being added, here you can see in the mesh renderer, this material is being added, and as you can see, you have added a new material which is added as a new component. Okay, you can access this component through scripts. Now let me create a script for you guys. Create a C# script. Okay, but so let's name it first. Okay, move, or let's name it character control. All right, so we got a character control. Let me double tap. Okay, so when we double tap, we moved into screen in this folder. All right, in this folder you can already see there are plenty of code. Right now I'm going to delete all of that. Okay, so I'm going to talk about this thing. This is a mono behavior. In Unity, whatever the script you will create, it will mostly it will by default inherit this class, which is a mono behavior. A mono behavior is a very important class, because without any class, without any mono behavior, you cannot attach your objects to this as a component. Let me tell you. Okay, so suppose if I talk about this red cube, which is this one. Okay, I'm going to attach my script. And how do I do that? Drag and drop. I have dragged, I have dropped it on this one. I can also drop like this. I can also click on add component and add this move player script. Search the move player and add it. Okay. Now, what we are going to do, there are a lot of messages. Okay, you guys are taking attendance or something. Okay, so now double tap on that. Now we are going to do something in this mono behavior. Okay, so there's a few sort of functions in this. For example, there is a function called void start. These two functions, void start and void update, are already present at the script when it's created new. Okay, so now these functions are not called by you. Okay, these are special functions which are actually called by this mono behavior class. Okay, so whenever you put this function in the start or in the update, whenever you write any code in that, so mono behavior is going to make a call to the start. Okay, it's going to search the whole class, and it's going to look for start, that do we have a start function or not, and whatever the code is there in the start function, it's going to execute that. Let me show you. So let's write some code, debug.log, or we can also use print, but I love this one. Okay, so let's write hello world. All right, so we got our hello world ready. Now let's check what happens. Press start, because if you don't press these button, your program will not execute. Or now we got the text output. As I already said, the text output will be visible in the console panel. What it's saying? It's saying hello world. Okay. Now what I am going to do, I'm going to write this hello world. Instead of here, where I'm going to write it. I'm going to write it here. Okay. Now I'm going to clear this first and then play it. What is happening? There are a lot of hello words. Okay. So can anyone tell me why there are a lot of hello words? Yeah.
Instead of putting in starting, we kept it at end.
Instead of starting with
Instead of putting on from starting,
start,
you kept
you
it
I
at
put it in update. This is why.
yes, sir.
Okay, but no matter if I write it here, if I write it here, it's almost the same thing. So what you understand from this?
It's keeping on updating.
No. It actually means that
It's
mono
running into a
behavior.
loop.
No, it's not a loop. The mono behavior is calling the start one time. Okay. So it's calling one time, and this function is being called multiple time. Okay. This function is called one time, and this function is called multiple time. This is the only difference. This is why this line is executing multiple times and this line will execute only one. Let me do the same thing once more. Let me write here a different message like subscribe to XRDI. Alright. So can you guys hear me? Just confirm that if you can.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm back, but I'm a little darker, maybe not visible on the screen because light is gone. All right, when light will get back and Wi-Fi will reconnect, then you'll, because camera was using Wi-Fi. No issues. We can progress with this code. All right. So subscribe to XRDI. I have written one message, and this is going to be repeated. Hopefully. Okay. So let's check what will happen. I cleared this. Let's play this. What will happen? Now we can pause. Okay, so it's a pause button, play button. It's a pause button, and this button is a mystery. I'm going to tell you what it does. All right. So I got one message: subscribe to XRDI, and a lot of hello words. Okay, and this was expected. Why? Because as I said, the mono behavior is going to call this one time and going to call this multiple times. So subscribe to XRDI is calling one time, and the other message hello world is calling multiple times. You got it? Got the idea? Now there has to be a logic, right? Why this update is calling multiple times, or why this start is calling just one time? There has to be some logic. All right. So now let's talk about that. Okay, let me tell you. My perception is that start is calling once because mono behavior is telling you that the game is starting now. Okay, the game has started, so it will call start. All right. An update is called whenever the rendering is about to be done. Okay. Now what do I mean by rendering? As I already said, this is a camera, and the job of a camera is taking pictures. For example, this camera has some properties. As you can see, there are some sort of lines are being drawn from this camera. A lot of lines, white, very small white lines, as you can see, very thin lines are being drawn. I can control these lines. So suppose I can make this line shorter. For example, if I write 50, okay, I can make this. I made this line shorter, and as you can see, I can also make this line even so short that it don't almost lays behind. So what happens? The camera is only able to see from the beginning of this line on end of this line. These lines are called frustum. Okay? So whatever is there in the in this line, okay, whatever object is presented in between these, the start point and the end point, are being drawn on your output window, which is game window. Okay, So I made the frustum so small that objects are out of this. Now I'm going to make the frustum a little bigger. See what is happening. 3 objects are drawing, but 1 not, because that is far. So I'm going to make the far even more bigger. Now what is happening? As you can see, the far appears. Okay. Now far is not appearing. Now the far is appearing. As I make the frustum big, now the far is able to, we are able to see the far. So by default it's 1000, so make it 1000 again. So it could see 1000 meter. It could, your natural camera is this camera is able to see 500 meters in the direction. Now I'm going to again switch to the Wi-Fi, which is my house. Let me just make sure that the camera is connected. Let me reconnect the camera. Okay, start camera. Second. Yeah, now the camera should work. Okay, 1 second. Guys, can you see me? Am I audible? And I mean, not see me, just am I audible or not? Because of the connection lag and all
Yes,
those.
sir.
Am I
Yes,
audible?
sir, you're audible.
Okay. So let's proceed with this setting, and I think now the camera is visible too. All right, we got it. Okay, now let's where I was, I was going to talk about. I mentioned you the camera frustum. I was talking about the camera. Camera has a lot of settings. Like this is like a zoom. This is like zoom in and zoom out. By default, it stays at 60. But what will happen if you make it higher? It will zoom out. Okay. What will happen if you make it smaller? It will zoom in into the object. It's like a zoom button. It's called field of view, means FOV. So camera, in this camera is a simple point, and camera does some sort of rendering. Camera is responsible for the term rendering, which I explained what is in the previous session. All right. So camera is rendering, but again, as I said, Kushal I think asked a question that if I move this cube, is the rendering is going to be updated? Answer was yes, because you will know that the cube is moving only because rendering is being updated. So now the question is, how do we know is it updating or not? All right, or so now let's do that. Okay, I paused this game and then played it, and now you'll see that it's pause and playing at the same time, which means pause and play has no connection in each other. All right, in Unity this pause button and this play button has no connection whatsoever. Okay, so what will happen, this forward button, so if I tap this forward button, your camera will take one image. Okay, and how do you know the camera is taking one image? Because this thing is changed. You got one more output, now you got one more output, now you got one more output, now one more output. Okay, so this update is basically mono behavior telling you that, dude, I'm going to update, dude, I'm going to take a picture, make sure you are smiling, make sure your tummy is in. Okay, so this update call is basically mono behavior telling Unity to make sure you do the changes because I'm going to update. So similarly we do the changes in this so that the camera can take a picture. Okay, makes sense. Now what kind of change we should do here? For example, I make transform dot position. Here I create some new position, new pose equal to transform dot position. ऑलराइट, यानी कि जो भी पोजीशन मेरी है वो मुझे मिल जाए, और न्यू पोजीशन को मैं थोड़ा सा बढ़ा दूँ, न्यू पोजीशन डॉट एक्स, ओके, माइनस इक्वल टू, यानी थोड़ा सा एक छोटा सा नंबर उसमें से घट जाए 0.1 एफ. What is 0.1 f? Is around 100 centimeter or something. Okay, So new transform.position is going to be new position. Got it? This code is simpler. सबसे पहले आपने एक नया वेरिएबल बनाया न्यू पोजीशन, उसमें एग्जिस्टिंग ट्रांसफॉर्म डॉट पोजिशन स्टोर दी. ट्रांसफॉर्म क्या है? ट्रांसफॉर्म ये कंपोनेंट है, ये ट्रांसफॉर्म कंपोनेंट, इसमें एक पोजीशन वेरिएबल है. ओके, सो ये जो भी वैल्यू है उस पर ये अप्लाई होगा, राइट? So in this variable this component is being applied, right? तो ये अब मैं बंद कर देता हूँ, या चलो इसको रहने देते हैं, okay? क्योंकि हमें पता चलेगा कि अपडेट भी कॉल हो रहा है. सो लेट्स सी इसका आउटपुट क्या आता है. Go back to Unity, clear this, unplay this, okay, and I'm going to pause it and then play it. Okay, what happens? Did anyone notice this red cube moved? Why
Yes.
red cube? Why red
It's
cube
like
only? Why red cube only moved? Because this script is added on red cube. Character control script is added on the red cube, which is this one. Okay. Now, yeah. Look from here. This is the cube. This is the red cube. Now see what will happen if I play this button. What you think is going to happen? Can anyone say? Yeah. I can't hear. Please unmute. Okay, tell me what will happen if I press this forward button. Anyone?
so no guess.
No guess? Okay. So let me show the code one more time. So mono behavior is going to tell you that take next picture. Be ready because I'm going to take next picture. So this update means mono behavior is going to say you be ready. Ready. I'll click picture. Okay. I'll click picture. Mono behavior is basically telling this. Okay, so what you are doing in the return of that you are printing this and doing this. Okay, so now see the output kya hoga. So if I press this, what happened? The cube moved a little. Look at this cube. What will happen?
The cube
It's moving
moved a
repeatedly.
little, sir.
Moving repeatedly. And what another thing happening? You see a console log like this, and the cube is moving. Tap, 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 tap. So this pause is basically stopping the rendering. When you press this pause, the rendering is being stopped. Okay, this pause is related to rendering, not related to the game. Okay, when you tap this pause, the rendering is stopped. When you press this forward button, only one shot, only one picture is being taken by your camera. Just one picture. And the mono behavior's job is to alert you that be ready, I'll take a picture, I'll click a picture. Okay, so how do you be ready? Which means you have to do something, either make your tummy in, either make smile or something like that, right? So you are giving some instruction to your character or your cube that do this because the picture is going to be taken. All right, so let me do that. Okay, I did something and something happened. Okay, it moved, it gave this instruction and moved similarly. All right, got the flow. Now there are multiple sort of updates and sort of values. For example, so late update, like this picture, this is the mono behavior telling you that be ready because I'll click picture after this function call. This is the mono behavior telling you, okay, picture is clicked, which means this late update is going to call after the picture is taken, not before, in the same rendering cycle, but after the picture is taken. All right, so for example, suppose if I make the cube disable, let me do that, right? Disable, I think, is a big thing. What I should do is Yeah, chalo, copy this code, okay? Make it here, and I'll make this, instead of going x up, I'm going to make it y plus y plus. I don't know this will work or not, but I'm assuming that it should work. Okay, it should give you the expected result. I'm going to run this game now. Okay, क्यूब भाग गया, पॉज करके रन करना. So what happened? Did anyone notice? The cube, when I'll tap this, the cube moved a little left and a little up. All right? Yeah. And also there is a number here which is 462. What is this number? This number is basically telling us that 1000 or something up. Okay, so this number is telling us that your camera is taking 1000 pictures in a second. In a single second, your camera is taking this many pictures. All right, so using these information, we have to build a simple scene or simple game. How to do that? Let me just guide you. Okay, now I'm going to build a game mechanics using these simple information. So I'm going to create a floor. Let me name it floor. All right, let me scale the floor. So there are a few buttons. First is pan. All right, so you can see there is a pan. You can make this pan using Q button, and next to Q button there is W button. When you do that, it will select this option through which you can drag this. Okay, in the QWER, so E button, you will get the rotation. You can rotate in any axis you want. All right, and from R you can scale. So I'm willing to scale this. Okay, or also you can put values here to scale it. For example, I want a 10 by 10 cube. Okay, so 10 by 10 is a smaller cube which is there, and I am not very happy with the position of this cube, so I can make sure that cube is in front of the camera. So I'm going to do this and do this. Now our cube is in front of camera. Okay, now color this cube. Okay, I'm going to select a green color and put this on this cube. Okay, now you can also do some selection changes in the camera as well. So for example, camera is rendering right now a sky box, which is the background, which is the sky it is rendering. Okay, you can change it to a solid color, and you can also choose which color to choose. Okay, so for example, let's pick something lighter, like orange is good, but I think this is also very good. Okay, little lighter, yeah, like this. All right, so we got our color. Okay, so now what we are going to do, we are going to add a character on this floor. So add a character. Suppose we have another cube as a character, but now this cube is our character. So make sure this cube has some characteristics. All right. So what sort of characteristics we are looking for? For example, I can make a face of this character. All right. So let's me create a cylinder. Okay, not cylinder. Let me create this capsule. All right. I'm going to rotate this capsule this way. Okay. Suppose exactly 90-degree. Okay. And I'm going to make this capsule a little smaller. Okay, make this capsule a little smaller and make it in a little front. A little more smaller. Okay, now we got our player, and make this, yep. And player should have a different this as well. Light blue player. All right, so we got a player. Now we have to move the player. So remember we had a move controller script. Let me add that. Where is the character control script? Okay, let me go on top. Now I don't need this code because this was just to demonstrate that what these functions do. All right, so let me start writing code. Now we'll basically going to make something called, okay, I don't need this for now. I'm going to create a public variable, public float speed. All right, I got a float which is speed. When I'll refresh, I can see all the public variables here. From here I can apply a speed. All right, okay. Now in the update I can do write anything because I know this function is going to call rapidly. So I'll make my move transform dot position is going to be vector 3. Okay, suppose यहाँ पे कुछ values I have to move it in x direction something. Okay, so x dot if I have to move in x 0 0, okay, and make this value small time or delta time, and then make this value speed. All right, so let me do that. Let's see what happens. So here we need a new. Now this is fixed. Let's see what will happen when I play this. Your character is saying bye bye and it's going. What happens? The motion is happening in the character. There's no problem with the motion. The motion is happening fine, but the character is running limitlessly. So now we have to limit our code in such a way that it becomes interactive. All right, so let's see how we are going to do that. For that we need keyboard input. If input dot get key down key code left arrow. Okay, so I got left arrow. Okay, so this is making in the positive x direction. So left arrow code, in which direction left arrow code will move it? In the left direction, obviously, which is going to be a negative x. All right, similarly I'm going to create the code for right arrow. Okay, I have created the code for left and right arrow, which is going to be similar to this. And I don't need this code. Let's see what will happen if I play. Alright, now I have played and nothing happened. Why nothing happened? Because I'm not giving any input right now. This code is saying do this, which means move left, but only when you are getting this input, left key down. Okay, so let's see what will happen if I press this. I'm tapping left key and it's moving. Tapping right key and it's moving right. Left and right are working now. Okay, and if this is down, but you can also make it get key instead of get key down. So instead of calling once, it will call multiple times. Let's see this output. Okay, so you got the idea. Now when I am pressing left, right, it's going right. When I'm pressing left, it's going left. You got it? All right.
Yes,
Now
sir.
you'll ask that script is only attached to this character, but why this capsule is moving? And the answer is very simple. It's following the hierarchy. It's following the parent and child relationship. So this capsule has a child, which is this. Okay. And this concept in physics called anchoring. So when you anchor something to someone, it becomes a child of that, and it follows all the properties of this object. For example, if I unmake the child and then move it, what will happen? It loses it. Okay. But if that is a child again in whatever position, okay, and then I move it, it moves with itself. Got it? So that is the power of anchoring. And also make sure if you are making any changes to the code, do it on the on the unplay mode, because in the play mode, whatever the changes you will make, it will undo itself. Okay, so make sure whenever you are making changes. Okay, now next thing we can move the character, but this is not the way we want to move the character. So what we are going to do, we have to make sure that it's moving in a better way. All right. For example, on the left and right arrow, it should rotate instead of moving. All right. And when we press the forward arrow, then it will only move. So let's do that. This. Got it? In this one, I don't have to care about the right direction, because this right is world's right. This is not my right. Okay, this is not your character's right. This right is world's right. This is why whatever the direction, whatever the character is, comment this example before running the code. If I move the character, create the character like this, what will happen when you press left and right? So I have started the game. Left and right are making the character go same way, not the diagonal. Okay, I'm expecting the character go diagonal, but character is stuck in this two axis, cannot move anywhere else. Right? So let me fix this problem by adding these. So what will I'll do in these code? Just wait. Now put times delta time times speed. This one not forward. This I'll write dot forward. Then I'll multiply this forward times -1. You can also bracket. That is the same thing. So this became forward, and this became forward -1, which is backward. Now let's see what will happen when I press this and this keys. What is happening? It's moving diagonal now. Previously we have no way to make it move diagonal, but now it's moving it in the forward of his, in this guy's forward. So that's transformed the forward. That my forward, not the world's forward. That's my forward. Right? Now we are going to do something different here as well. Okay. Also, uh, that is fine. Got it? Yeah, it's now what we are going to do next. We have to make sure it rotates well. Make changes in the rotate, not in the this one. Dot rotate. How much I want it to rotate it. I have to pass some Euler values that it. Suppose vector 3 to delete these lines so that, yeah, I can also calculate vector vector then some value x and y, all, let's make all 0. Now ask yourself which dimension I have to make changes. I need to make changes in the x dimension, or sorry, in the y dimension, because look at here in this one. So this is x axis. All right, this red one is, as you can see in the here as well, this is the x axis. The rotation in the x, it will rotate like this, okay, through the x axis. This is the y axis going up and down. If I make changes in here, this will rotate like this, which I intending. If I make the rotation in the z axis, it will rotate like this, which I don't want again. So I want rotation in the y axis. Got it? I'm going to add some value here. Suppose I'm going to add 1 here, okay, which makes it in the y axis. Now I'm going to multiply it to value. Yeah, multiply it to some value. For example, speed is the good variable. You can also declare some other value for rotation or time dot delta time. Why we are using time dot delta time? Because the speed value itself is a big number. If you use time dot delta time, it will make it into a smaller number. You can also imagine if you want to move something 5 unit, okay, so you have to use in 5 unit in 1 second, so you can use 5 times time dot delta time, and it will move the something 5 units in 1 second. It's also works like that. All right, I hope you got the idea. Now we have this number rotations, but it will rotate in new rotation when the left arrow is pressed. Similar thing we'll do with this one. Just again, this rotation is going to in the opposite direction, so like this whole minus, or you can also put -1, make this -1 as well. Got the idea? All right, so I'm going to run this code. Let's see what happens. Okay, so I can go forward, I can go backward. Can I rotate? I am rotating but very slow. Can I rotate right? I am rotating but very slow. So which means I need a different speed value to rotate. Okay. So let's create that and fix this problem. Public float rotation speed. Right? Got a rotation variable. Now I'll use this variable instead of this normal speed. Rotation speed. Now what should I do to make this code work? I have to make sure that rotation speed is much bigger number than this one. Let's make it 20. All right, so 5 for movement and 20 for rotation speed. Okay, now it's moving much better, and now it's moving much better. Okay. And it's, so if I rotate this,
and move in this direction, it will move here. I can also make him do some curves, like combination of two. Rotation speed is still slow, so I'll make it, for example. All right, this is working very well. As you can see, I can move this character round. Okay, I can make this character travel now wherever I want it towards us. So rotate it towards us and then move. Rotation is still slow, so then make the rotation. Oh, what will happen? Yeah, now it's much perfect. Okay, got the idea? Now your character is much more living in this universe. And yeah, I think this was it for this today's session. We made a simple character, a simple game in this Unity, and we knew now how to right. So it's a very small introduction to what Unity can done, but again, the possibilities are endless. I was not focusing on here on the coding part. Okay, I was focusing more on how Unity works, like what is update and why the update is there. Now you know what is update, what is start, and I think now you understand better how rendering works, or what is the frame cycle, render cycle, and all these terms. Okay, so this is it for today's session. If you have any questions related to this session, please ask.
Sir, can you please share the script?
Sure, I'll do share the script. uh, yeah. I'll share this code with you guys, but let me refresh this page, see how many numbers we have right now. So we have 9 more people, and from 244 it became 259. Okay, so a few people joined, but I still recommend all of you to go to this page and basically hit subscribe button, which you will find here somewhere. All right, so please do that, because we definitely need your support. Otherwise you can assume it's really hard. Right, I'm going to share this with you guys, and then I'll share you the code of this project, which is again not very difficult, which is a very simple code. And you already have these sort of sessions, like episode 3 is there, if you can see. So you can anytime watch this, and you definitely don't need code, or I'll recommend to recreate this scene by yourself. So whenever you are going to go home, okay, make sure you are already at home. So when you are at home after this conversation, make sure you follow this and install Unity, like how to install Unity. Make sure you follow this. After that, you can follow this tutorial. So this will make you a very good this will give you a very good grip with starting Unity. Got it? So I have sent the uh, chat. In the chat, we have this link. Make sure you everybody go there and hit subscribe, because after that your path is going to be very very easier, because you are going to get constant updates of everything. Then I'll share the project link in the description of this video. All right, so when you will go there, you will find all the links related. Similarly, I'll share all the previous presentation links in description of these videos. Got it? So if you follow this channel, this will definitely benefit you with the links and all those scripts and all those. Got the point? And for any other questions or queries, I'm right now available. Please do ask your queries.
Javi, it was again a wonderful session today. And I think many of the students, those who don't know about Unity and those who are feel like Unity is a bigger thing, they got some new eye opener session from you, which I think they will able to create something in Unity. And I hope all the 145 students will come out with something new things after your today's session.
Surely,
I'm
surely.
really thankful on behalf of iNature Education Solution, and I'm very proud to have you as a known person in my network also, and for this wonderful sessions also, upcoming sessions. We are eagerly looking forward to come out with some wonderful output from student side also. because I think in the chat, I think instead of questions, you are getting a lot of thank yous actually for the
Okay.
great sessions.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay, so it's really amazing to see this much support, and thanks for iNurture and Ajay for making this happen, connecting all of you to us. Okay, so that we can guide you about this Unity and all. And I hope you got an eye opener session, as already Ajay said, which is going to give you a very basic understanding of Unity. And after that, you can start building your own solution. You start building your own games, and come to me, post on XRDI Facebook group if you get any trouble with creating anything, so that everybody could answer you. Okay, so a lot of people are still asking Discord link and all those, so everything is already mentioned in any of the video, or if you check any of these videos, the Discord link is there, the Facebook link is there, all sort of links are available, and I'll also provide the link of those PDFs and all those. Okay, so that you can check these out and progress yourself. Okay, make sure you subscribe, because that is really important. As I already said, I have taught 10,000 plus students, but only have 200 something subscribers, so make sure you don't let it happen. And yeah, we are definitely good to go. And thanks for this session. Let's end it here. Have a great time, guys.
Thank you guys. Thanks for attending this day session, and we are expecting everyone to come back to tomorrow's session also. To a lot of new things to come up from Mr. Avi, and I hope so. Every student will come out with the good outputs
And
after this
yes,
session.
tomorrow we are making our first augmented reality project. So this was first gaming project, and tomorrow we are making our first augmented reality project. Obviously, it's going to be basic, but I'll focus more on theory so that you can understand the process of creating the augmented reality projects and create by your own. So I'm focusing more on creating you and focusing less on the code and more on the theory, so that you can understand the basics, which is more important. All right.
Thank you, Avi. Thank you for the session, Avi.
Thanks. And yeah, again, there are a lot of thank yous, so make sure
Yeah,
you,
thank yous
if
are
you
trading up.
yeah, thank
I
you
think
everyone.
you will find this healthy crowd, very organic crowd in your XRDA shortly, Avi. And these people will be the future developers of Unity.
Definitely,
And I think,
definitely, we have a lot of expectation from each and every member of XRDA community, and all these people who join with us. Okay, so we are there for your support in whichever way you want. If you get stuck with any code or something, do write to us on the group, on Discord channel, or wherever you want. And you'll find it surprising that there are so many talented people who are willing to help you in your path. Okay, so if you want to progress yourself, there are plenty of people who want to give you that boost, right? Okay, with that, let's
thank you.
have a bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Okay, so this was today's session, and it was amazing as obvious. Okay, so hope you guys learned something from it, and please do subscribe to our channel. Please share it, because we definitely need more subscribers, because we are nowhere right now. 100 subscribers are nothing. And yeah, I'm really uh, seeing it in a different way. Thanks for support.